Cookie Cut. I'm here, and I'm excited to introduce my brother, Thomas Checketts. He has been partnering with Leverage Wellness for a while now, and he has his own expertise and skills that I want to share with you today. So, first of all, tell me a little bit about your background as far as your education and how you've come to do some energy work.
Yeah, so I definitely don't have a um, en- energy healing background or anything. I went to undergraduate school for mechanical engineering and then went on to graduate school and actually became a professional engineer. Worked in the industry over 10 years in the automotive industry. Um, but I got into energy work, I think it's been about 5 years ago, um, or 6 years ago, when I was visiting with our aunt one time, and she does the emotion code, and she helped me through some things. I was completely foreign to the whole energy work um, realm, if you will. I had no idea what it was all about. I thought it was kind of weird at first, but after her helping me overcome some of the trapped emotions that I had, um, I knew that I had to learn more about this, see what it was really about. So I ended up reading the book, The Emotion Code, and started practicing on myself, and eventually cleared one of my heart walls. And that was a huge burden lifted off of me when I did, and it was life changing. And since then, I've practiced on my kids and my family, and helped them release some trapped emotions. And then just a few years ago, I decided that I needed to get certified. So I got certified just a couple of years ago, and I've been helping more and more people with it, and it's been great. I've been able to see a lot of miracles with the emotion code.
That's so neat. And one thing I think is really awesome is that Thomas came from an engineering background. So he came from, this analytical mindset where, you have to see it to believe it. You kind of have to either have that chemical or physics process in order to make sense of things. And now he's finding a lot of joy in the emotion code and energy work there. So I think that's really fascinating that he is like you usually don't mix the two, but this is really fascinating, and he's got this incredible background that sees both sides, can see this analytical side, mathematics, scientific, and now also emotions and energy work, which I think is so incredible. Like it blows my mind even. So that is really fascinating. I love that. And so far, what successes have you seen with clients, with people you've worked with? Can you just share like an experience?
Yeah, I mean, besides myself, just clearing trapped emotions for myself, which I've cleared several heart walls. Tend to build them up over time if you don't take care of them on a regular basis. But I've helped several people overcome some really horrendous things. There was a lady that I helped not too long ago who had a really bad miscarriage, and she had to have emergency surgery, and she more or less became a hollow shell of a person after that, after something so traumatic, and losing the baby. And when I see somebody who's in that kind of emotional pain, I can't help but want to help them. And so I approached her and said, I have something that I want to do for you, that I want to help you with. And so I worked with her, and over a period of about a month, meeting with her on kind of a regular basis, we were able to clear all of those trapped emotions, those heart walls, and all those painful experiences that she had had, and get her to a place where she could feel again, where she could feel joy, and feel that the light again.
Feel the light. Right. I mean, when you're in that deep of a dark place, it's really hard to see light. It's hard to see hope. It's hard to see, what do I have to live for? Whether, is there joy for me still, or am I always going to be in this much pain? And so to be able to overcome that is huge, and that is such a huge experience that this lady went through, this devastating thing. So I appreciate that reached out to her and you helped her, because that really is life changing. That's, I mean, changing the world, changing the heart. And so that is so incredible. Um, so you have come from this engineering background. You've done emotion code work for yourself, for your family. Then you became certified, and now you're working with clients and having successes working with clients. And even some people come and talk to me about the success they've had with him, and they don't even come talk to him. So I'm hearing it too. It's great. So we're both having these awesome experiences, where we're here. I'm hearing what he's doing. He's having these experiences with clients. So let's talk a little bit about like what services do you offer? Because I'm thinking, okay, if somebody wants to book with you, get their heart wall cleared, can you tell us about what you're offering?
Yeah, I mean, most of what I'm offering is the emotion code services, which are, I've got a package for clearing a heart wall. So if you know that you have a heart wall and you want it gone, I have an option for that. If you're just wanting to clear up some general emotional baggage because you feel really heavy or you don't know what you need, I'm completely open to that. Helping to identify what your emotion set is and what kind of help you might need emotionally. I'm also currently working on getting certified in some other practices as well, just because I really want to help people overcome as much of the pain and the hurt they've experienced in their life. And the emotion code is really powerful for helping people overcome those trapped emotions that are inside of them. But I think that there's some other things that may help other people as well.
Right. So stay tuned for more resources coming out of Thomas. So I'm really excited to talk a little bit about what his skill set is, and also an experience that a friend of ours had. So when he was studying to become certified in the emotion code, we had a client, one of my clients, come in, and she needed some general guidance, and she was open to, my expertise as well as his feedback. And so it was kind of a really cool session. And during the session, I was able to clear some emotion stuff for her, and some body code stuff. And then and then she was explaining something else that was going on for her, and she was trying to decide what direction she should go in a specific character development route. And I said, and I kind of left it at that. I like to give people some kind of space to make certain decisions, if they choose to do that. And he just stepped in and he's like, "What, you want to find out? Let's ask now." And it was so cool. So he just went ahead, and she was like, "Oh, great! If you can tell me that if this is something I should do, then that's great." And he ended up muscle testing for her, and it gave her a lot of insight. And so based off just that experience, that session that we both got to be in together, there's even some more resources than just the emotion code. He's willing to help tap into your personal identity as like your soul person that you came into this world as, and to figure out those next steps with you that you need to progress and to bring more joy into your life. And so I think that's super valuable. So it's not just the muscle testing emotions and clearing them, it's also let's get you the best version of yourself possible. So
yeah, I mean, the way that I look at it is, when people are suffering emotionally, they're kind of, if they're completely free of emotion, you'll kind of consider them at like a normal plane, right? And when they've got all these trapped emotions, you can think of them as like below this plane of being able to respond to the world appropriately. And so when we actually clear all those trapped emotions, those heavy things that are dragging them down, and bring them up to a level where they can actually start to feel again and feel the light and receive the light, then they need to start going higher. They need to start climbing because they don't want to plateau. The worst thing that I want is for people to get to that space and then just fall back because they aren't climbing, they aren't progressing. And so what I would like to see is once people get, to a baseline of safety, then let's climb higher. Let's go higher. Let's develop ourselves to an even better place. And I think everybody has that potential and that calling in their life to not just let go of the past, but also make yourself ready for the future where you have the opportunity now to bless other people.
Right. I love that. I love that. We don't just want to stay put once we've cleared the junk and we can kind of see the light. We want to chase that, right? We want to follow that and keep up leveling and then bring others with us and so that, we all build each other and bring healing to the world. So I love that. So just in recap, the services you're offering is you have an 8-week emotion code package.
Mm-hmm.
And that's if you kind of just don't know where to start, but you want to clear emotional stuff and just kind of get through the next few steps and see where you can go from there. And then another package is the heart wall package, and that is just a flat fee to help clear your heart wall. And that is really cool because you pay it and you get your heart wall cleared. And what I remember from our conversation was that it doesn't matter, how long it takes.
Yeah, because with heart walls, they're interesting things, and if you know anything about a heart wall, they're basically a collection of all the trapped emotions that are surrounding your heart and preventing you from connecting with other people. Sometimes connecting with yourself, a lot of times connecting with yourself, connecting with the people that you love right around you. And that heart wall is really preventing you from having so much more out of life. But it depends on your experiences and what your body's ready for how long that heart wall is going to take to get rid of. Because sometimes I can do it in 3 or 4 sessions, and sometimes it takes up to, 15. So it really depends. But my goal is to help you. If you know you have a heart wall, my goal is to help you get through that heart wall as quick as possible, as quick as your body will allow you to. And I won't stop until that heart wall is gone.
What a gift. What a gift. I can think of a bunch of people right off the top of my head now that I wish I could just hand them this package and say, clear your, when you're ready, clear your heart wall. People who have been through trauma, who have been through so much, who, if that's all they can do is just clear their heart wall for this year or this time, imagine how magical that would be. And then once that's done, just taking it to the next level and going beyond that and really just up leveling life. I think that's really, really fantastic.
Yeah, I was just talking to a lady last night, for example. She's, the more I talked to her, the more I realized, how much trauma she's actually been through. She's been through 2 marriages already. Her first marriage was very abusive. Her second marriage, unfortunately, her husband went into a deep depression, and I found out she was adopted. She grew up in a home where she didn't necessarily receive all the support that she needed, and so she had a lot of emotional trauma, as well as her ex-husband that went into a deep depression. And I asked her, can I help your husband? And she's like, I'd also like you to help me too, because I could tell that I could tell she had overcome a lot of things in her life just by the way that she acted, given her past. But she also knew that she still had a lot of stuff buried underneath. And I really want to help people overcome those things. Your past should never keep you stagnant. Your past should never keep you from growing. Those are the things that you just want to cut and let yourself grow. So if you know that you have past traumas that you haven't resolved, I would love to work with you and help you overcome those things.
And I endorse this guy 100%. He is, I just have heard amazing things and seen amazing things he's done. It's just incredible. I'm so glad that we've been able to work together, that we've been able to share clients, that we've been able to really just, have both options, have lots of options going so that, more people can be helped. So if that sounds fun for you, if that sounds like the next step for you, feel free to reach out to Thomas and check out what he can offer and his pricing and all those details. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you later.